What are the best foods that fight cancer? So far, not a single food has been found that helps cancer patients. Not one. I guess I could just end the video there. Um, there's research that certain diets seem to lower the risk of getting cancer. There's no evidence that following those diets helps with treatment outcomes for cancer patients or um, life expectancy for cancer patients, anything like that. Um, there's a lot of kind of pseudoscience about anti-inflammatory foods or foods that somehow starve cancer. Um, yeah, you can look into it if you're bored. Um, it's not worth looking into. It really isn't, and particularly it's not worth spending time on people who tell you about certain foods that um, heal cancer, or well, they don't even say heal. They'll use just use very emotive language. They'll tell you about a food that destroys cancer cells or that you know starves cancer cells. I've looked into this occasionally, and it's yeah. If you can find kind of scientific stuff on it, then yeah, generally the results are inconclusive or negative. Um, you'll see a lot of people promoting kind of anti-cancer diets, this kind of thing, or anti-cancer foods, anti-cancer supplements. Some of them have a financial interest, like they're trying to sell you something. It may be something they've made, like a online cookery course for cancer patients. Often it will be some kind of pyramid scheme thing, a multi-level marketing thing, and some of those people are quite good at it. So they might talk to you a lot about anti-cancer foods and then explain about how troublesome it is to get all these anti-cancer foods and how expensive they are and how troublesome it is to prepare it all. And then they'll say, fortunately, there's a fantastic natural supplement that you can buy on subscription. And I'm one of the very select few people who has got a permission to distribute it. How many would you like? Um, Cancer's been around a long time. Cancer is found all throughout the animal kingdom. Even sharks get cancer, despite some idiot writing a book called "Why Don't Sharks Get Cancer?" Yeah, it's very very common throughout the animal kingdom. It's very very common in humans, particularly if you're fortunate enough to be in a country where you live a long time. The chance of getting cancer in old age is maybe 35, 40, possibly even 50%. So cancer's been around like as long as foods have been around. Yeah, so I guess like intellectually you could say it wouldn't make sense that there'd be some magical cancer fighting food. The people that promote it, they often suffer from this thing called whataboutism, which is a classic conspiracy theory thing where they sort of say something, they maybe give some pseudoscientific evidence. If you question it or challenge it, or even just don't accept or don't sound like you accept it, they then say, oh, well, what about this man in Kentucky who ate corn-fed beef every day, 3 meals a day, and his cancer vanished, and the doctors said it was a miracle. And if you're skeptical about that, they say, oh yeah, but what about this? And so this is kind of whataboutism, where they have this kind of continuous stream of anecdotes generally. So yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't seem there is any such thing as cancer-fighting foods. There are plenty of things that do destroy cancer in the lab. Absolutely. I believe Dr. Pepper probably destroys cancer in the lab, despite the fact that he's not a real doctor. It's a carbonated drink. But I would imagine if you had some cancer cells in a petri dish and you topped up the petri dish with Dr. Pepper, it would kill the cancer cells. So huge. I mean, cells live in a narrow temperature range, narrow pH range. Many things will kill cancer cells. When you eat, I mean, the way metabolism works is not that you stick something in your mouth and it magically goes to all parts of your body, and destroys cancer. I mean, food is digested, metabolized. So unfortunately, there's no kind of food that's good for killing cancer. Maybe one will be discovered in the future, but it is very unlikely that some clown on Facebook knows that food. So that's my list of foods that destroy cancer in your body. So stock up on those foods and stop taking those terrible science-based treatments, and good luck.